We're going to start with this fun little side split in the chair. This one is going to be placed on your hip. Okay, so think of if you were to bend your leg where the crease is. So I don't want it down on my thigh. Not going to feel good. It's maybe like a deep tissue foam rolling exercise if you do that. But think of trying to put it in the crease. Okay, so when I place my hips on the chair, I don't want to place square and then roll. Instead, if I do that, likely to roll off the chair, super not sexy. So instead, think about angling your hip. It's not going to be perfectly center, but think of like cheating in a third. Okay, so split the distance between if it was left, right, and center, and then kind of find somewhere in between. Okay, so for this one, keep in mind with any of the chair exercises, these standard folding chairs are all the same height. You are probably not all the same height. Okay, so how you get into this is going to vary. If someone's shorter, they might be a little bit lower down. If you're taller, like for me, I have to start with my feet a little bit farther back from the chair so I can find the right spot. So just keep in mind where I start with my feet, distance from the chair, might be different than where you start with your feet. Okay, so to start with this one, I'm starting initially back, of course, booty out. Okay, I've got my hands on the corners of the chair. I'm going to slide my hand down and grab the forward corner. Okay, once I'm there, I've got my hands placed on each finger facing towards my audience. I'm going to pull in and tilt my hips. Okay, so they're kind of on a 45. Place that hip, and then once my hip, it's my right hip, the hip farther away from you, is on the chair, I'm going to bring this outside knee up and lean my weight into this forward hand, okay? Don't think about lifting this bottom foot off the ground. More so as I tilt, it's gonna come off of the ground, okay? So initially, square, hand goes across, tilt. Bring the knee and then open your knee towards the ceiling. I don't want it this direction, and it's going to vary depending on your flexibility, but really think about engaging your glutes and pointing that knee towards the ceiling as much as you can. Tilt. Okay, so I've got a lot of weight loaded into my front arm here. My elbow is straight and relatively locked out. Then I'm going to extend that leg up, whatever line you want to have here. Okay, you can make it diamond, whatever it is that you want. Okay, big spready to the gods. And then to come out of it, I'm going to bend the knee, close my knee, think touch your knees together, and down. Okay, and once again, the distance of how close you step to the chair and how you get out of it is going to vary depending on the length of your legs in relation to your chair, or if you have a different type of chair. Okay, so let's look at how that looks straight on, just so you can kind of see where the hand placement goes on everything. Okay, so initially, hands are to the sides of the chair. That's kind of our starting position for most of these moves. Hand is going to come forward to the edge that's pointing towards my audience. My hip is going to angle. Okay, so I don't want it on the side here. I want it closer to the center. Then from there, as I transfer my weight forward, bringing my knee up, that's where I find the lift. Okay, to come back down, bend that leg, bring your knee back to touch. I'm pushing out of this bottom arm. I'm returning back to my center. Okay, so little side split on the chair. Look at it one more time. So if I start back here, hand slides down, pull to my hip, knee to shoulder, open, close, and down. Okay, give it a try. Let's see how it goes.